Are you ready to take your business to the next level and make the money you want so that you can create the impact you desire? Then you're in the right place. It's possible to run a successful business built around your life. Get ready for a little bit of tough love and a whole lot of strategy to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. If you're ready to get out of your own way and step into the role of CEO, then let's go. I'm Amy Traw, and this is the Motivated CEO Podcast. Welcome back into the Motivated CEO Podcast. Today's episode is going to be about something I feel like as business owners, we have all dealt with at one point or another. And if you haven't yet, it's inevitable. And that is navigating the negative. As business owners, we realize how important reviews are. We pour our heart and our souls into our businesses to create these amazing services and products. But the reality is, there's not going to be like this magical land of rainbows and unicorns where everybody is always happy. And I think the first time that you ever get your first bit of feedback that's negative or your first bad review, it really punches you in the gut, right? I mean, you get this feedback and you're like, wow, that stings a little. So the first thing I want you to know is that just because you received a bad review does not mean that you're any less than. It's so easy to take it personal in business, right? Especially when you are a solopreneur because you're working so hard day in and day out. But please know this is not a reflection of you. This is not a reflection of your worth. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And it's just that. It's an opinion. It is not factual necessarily in nature. So I want to go through, how do you navigate this? How do you navigate this feedback that comes in that stings a little? First of all, I think when you receive a negative review, the first step is just to take a deep breath and stay calm. It can be such an emotional time, but it's crucial that you remain calm, that you remain objective, because this is just feedback, right? And we've talked about business before being an experiment, when you can learn to detach from the outcome and use the data. We use our data to drive decisions. And it's really important that if this does trigger you, when you receive this feedback, that you avoid emotionally or defensively going in right away, and just know that it's okay to take that pause. It's okay if it stings a little bit, but take a deep breath and allow yourself time to step back and just assess the situation before responding. So once you've calmed your emotions, you've kind of processed through them, you've acknowledged it, it's like, okay, all right, this sucks, but it's okay. This is okay. This is just one person's opinion. And isn't it crazy how we put so much more weight on the negative? When we get that negative feedback, it stings so much more than the you can have 100 positive reviews, but that one negative review will just cut you to your soul. But once you have taken the time to process through that, acknowledge the customer, reach out to them on whatever platform that they provided negative feedback, and acknowledge their concerns. Because in acknowledging their concerns, what you're doing is you're demonstrating empathy and understanding. And you're letting them know that you appreciate them taking the time to give you their feedback and you do take their concerns seriously. And then what I always advise you to do is apologize for any inconvenience or the negative experience. Whether it is your fault, whether it was a shipping issue, whether it was a miscommunication, just apologize and take responsibility. Because as human beings, we love to hear the words, "You were right. You were right." Okay. Whether they were or weren't. Okay. I get it. You had this experience. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And while addressing the issue publicly online is beneficial, I then encourage the customer to continue the conversation offline. So reach out to them directly and discuss this matter in more detail. And what this does is it can help just de-escalate the situation. Encourage them to vent, encourage them to let it all out. Because a lot of times people are so reactive in the moment. These emotions are strong. These emotions are going rampant. So their emotions are up when your emotions are up. So right now you have two people that are very, very highly emotionally charged. So what you can do is just encourage them to vent to you offline. Reach out and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And just listen. Just listen and know that this is not a personal attack. It may feel like it, but there could be other things happening in the background that you have no idea what they're going through. And unfortunately, you're taking the brunt of it. People just want to feel heard. And let's face it too, there's trolls out there on the internet. There's people that troll the internet making negative statements, making negative reviews when they've never even bought your product or service. The more visibility you gain, the more negativity there's the potential for. And I think that's part of business too that no one's really talking about, is more eyeballs equal, more critics. Just as much as there's people that love you, there's going to be people that you don't align with, and that's okay. That is 100% okay. But you have to have the emotional intelligence to be able to take that step back and realize that, okay, this is just feedback. So once we've moved the conversation offline, I really like to then offer just a practical solution to address this customer's concerns because they've told you what's going on. They've vented. Straight up ask them, okay, what can I do to make this right? Is it a replacement product? Is it a refund? Is it additional support? Really seek to communicate with them. Have this conversation. And then lastly, learn from it. Learn from these negative reviews because if you're seeing these trends, it can give you insight into areas where you could improve your business. Maybe there's an issue in your supply chain where things aren't going out and being delivered in a timely manner like you thought they were. Maybe your e-products weren't delivered in the amount of time that you thought your automation was set up to do. But then use this feedback to enhance your products, enhance your services, enhance that customer experience. And then after addressing the issue, if you have then satisfied the customer, encourage them to share their updated experience because those positive follow-up reviews can help mitigate the impact of the initial negative feedback. This whole process, it's such an emotional roller coaster. It's just everything in business is, right? It's that emotional ups and downs because we are so invested. But your job is to be objective. Your job is to maintain that professional tone, that professional appearance, because how you handle the situation, that's what can make or break this. This happened to me a few years back where my hairstylist went on maternity leave and I had another stylist in the same salon do my hair. And it did not come out at all like I had hoped. I had a horrible experience. So I'm one of those people. I'm the people pleaser through and through. And I didn't want to get anyone in trouble, but I made sure to let the owner of the salon know, like, hey, here's what happened. This is the situation. And then here were the results. Like, I've been coming here for years and I really genuinely love your salon. What can we do? And you know what she did? She made the situation right. She's like, hey, you're absolutely right. This was not acceptable. I can, offer you X, Y, and Z. It was amazing. And I still go there to this day because she took the time to listen and address my concerns. And from that, she saved a client. So your response, the way you handle this reflects your brand. This reflects your company. But please know that these negative reviews, they happen. It's life. Don't get too wrapped up in them. Really start to shift your focus to the positive. Look at all of your satisfied clients. Look at all of your satisfied customers. Leverage that. We're wired for negativity. Our brains will legitimately focus on the negative. It is a survival tactic. But when you can realize that, okay, this is not a reflection of me, this is purely their opinion. What can I learn from this? How can I handle this? And how can I become even better because of this situation? That's where you truly step into the role of the CEO of your business. I am here. I am cheering you on. And until next time, embody your inner CEO. Are you loving what you're hearing? Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.